Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to talk about this little baby right here. This is the Berg Blades Tick, and I love it. This knife is absolutely fantastic. Matt has absolutely destroyed this one. So big props to Matt over at Berg Blades for another great design. And these are dropping this Friday at, I believe, 1 p.m. Nope, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And they will be dropping at Berg Blades website, River's Edge Cutlery, EDC Lifestyle, and Traditional Pocket Knives. So I do have an affiliate link to traditionalpocketknives.com. I'll put that down below. It does help the channel if you pick one of these up there. But I'll try to link the other ones as well, and of course link Berg Blades website. There are no active coupons for this knife that I know about. I believe they do not allow codes, just like Jack Wolf and others who try to keep it fair for all the dealers, which is cool. I respect it. Yeah, so that's kind of the drop info there for you. Again, link down below to it if you want to pick one up. The price on these is $315 to $325 for the titanium versions or the inlay versions. But there is also a Damasteel version with zircuti, and that one looks to be about $600. So, that one you're talking all ballared out. Zircuti, I don't know if it's zircuti backspacer clip and collars, and then Damasteel blade, or if the whole scale, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's an inlay of zircuti. I don't actually, do I have a picture of it right here? I'll actually show you real quick, and then we'll go over my thoughts on it. So here are the frame lock versions. Very cool. Bunch of different colorways and options. He usually does a bunch, and then he has like 30 of each version. You can see here, 27 of 30 on that one. And that's kind of how he does it. He just has a lot of different ones. And here is that zircuti version. So you have Damasteel, you have a zircuti clip, and I'm guessing backspacer, and then the collars there. Not seeing the backspacer, but I'm going to guess it. Then we have the inlaid versions right here. That's what I have. You have micarta in natural and green, and then you have this beautiful marbled carbon fiber as well. And you have a bunch of finish options. So you can check it out on the different dealer websites or Berg's website. I don't think he has the listing up yet, so I wasn't able to pull that up. But Traditional Pocket Knives might have it up already. But there's your information on that. It looks like it's like a Ultrex micarta, which is a very good type of micarta. See if I can get the info. I cannot. So I don't know exactly which micarta it is, but that's what it looks like to me. A very well-made, USA-made micarta, if it is the Ultrex. So the Tick. What do I like about it? Well, there's a lot of things I like about this knife. One, this is OEM'd by Riot Knives out of China, and they do excellent work. And I think $315 to $325 for a knife from Riot is very reasonable. You see a lot of people who sell knives like this made from Riot, and they're usually $350, $375, and up, honestly. You will see others who sell them around $299 to $330, and Berg is one of those. You know, he's usually around $315 to $325, like this one's listed at. I have a fantastic knife that I got from Berg Blades earlier this year. This is the Mini Sweeney. This is my favorite model from him. It honestly is one of the best knives this year, if not the best one. It's for sure on the list. Absolutely love it. And this one, I believe, was I think they were $325. I think this one might have been $340 or $350 because it has the hand satin on it. But yeah, I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I did get it directly from Berg Blades. I did pay for it though. And then this one he sent to me, which was very kind of him, for review. And he told me I could hang on to it, which is awesome. And thank you to Matt for that. But I do want to make that clear to you guys. That is how I came across it. That's how I got it. I asked him if I could check it out though. But anyway, the Mini Sweeney is fantastic. And I think it's a great example of Riyadh's quality, Matt's design quality, you know, all that good stuff. And I think this one is out of 31 as well. Yeah, see, 3 of 30. So I think that's how he does it. 30 pieces of each finish, right? And then there's like 12 finishes, which is really cool. The inlays are spectacular. I really do like inlays like this. A lot of times you'll see inlays across the whole frame, and I like that too. But I like the ones up around the pivots. Those are cool. And then you see that a lot of times when somebody sticks to a frame lock. This is a frame lock, not a bolster lock, but it has an inlay, which is cool. You'll notice there's no hardware on this side of the frame except for that insert screw, which is really cool. So these screws go through and into the titanium over here. And that's how everything gets pulled together. At least I assume that's how it's done. And then you can see the clip is mounted internally. You have the relief cut there. It carries like a Dream, nice long milled clip. Not long for the design, but long in general, which means it has a good spring to it. It's got great retention. I've carried this a bunch, and it's excellent in the pocket. You have a nice little landing strip right here. See that? That's for when you flip it. Your finger drags across that, and it's very comfortable. The blade is not too close to the edge or anything. Some people always ask that question. Perfectly fine. Never had an issue. If you slip off or something, you're good. And you get a good, comfortable drag there. He's added some sort of jimping to the side of the scales to kind of match up with the jimping on the blade, which is really cool. It is very ergonomic. Fills the hand well. It has a little choil here, and a flat here. So your pinky, if you have large hands, your pinky will end up on that flat. For me, I'm pretty much contained inside of those choils, and it's comfortable. But of course, we have a choil, forward finger choil, and that is very comfortable as well. I will say, if you have big sausagey fingers, you might not love it. I do fill that choil out pretty much all the way. But it's not biting me or anything like that. It feels great. Here's your edge termination and plunge grind. Riyadh does struggle with edge termination sometimes. It looks like they did a pretty good job actually on this one. And the plunge grind looks like it ends right about here. So I think you have plenty of room there to sharpen. It has a beautiful flipper tab. You can see there's my skin in there. So what you can do, and this is gross, but it happens with any knife with jimping, really. Your skin gets caught up in there. Maybe I need moisturizer. I don't know, but it happens to me. And there you go. Cleans right out. I bet you the front flipper on the Sweeney is the same way. Yeah. There's little patches of my skin in there. And you could push that out and clean it up. And then it'll actually, it'll give you more bite when you go to use the flipper tab. If you have any Pena knives or stuff like that, make sure you check that, because sometimes you'll feel like the flipper tab is dulling or like it's not working as well anymore. And you might think your detent got stronger or something, but it's really just skin cells inside the flipper tab. The detent on this is superb. The flipper works so well. That was me pushing it in. I'm just kind of testing it there. You could fail anything that way, but if you pull it, it deploys 100% of the time. I have never felt like this detent was soft or needed strengthening. I honestly think it's perfect. It snaps, you can hear it. It really has a great acoustic when it locks up, which is excellent, nice and smooth. I have not taken this apart. So usually I will take a knife apart, put skiffs in it, and I may do that, but I wanted to get the review done first, and I think I actually wanted to pass this around, so I'll probably wait until it comes back to me after pass around, which will probably be like 3-6 months from now, but that's okay. But it's perfect. I mean, it doesn't need skiffs. It's solid, 100% bank vault, sideways, up and down. When disengaged, there's no in and out play or anything like that, and it obviously drops really well. So you have that flipper tab that works really well. You can see it's dead nuts centered right there. Beautiful backspacer there, shows you centering pretty well without being like a notch, you know. Then you have this fuller. Woo! Yeah, it pops out of that. When you flicky, it fires. It's very, very comfortable. Now you can thumb flick it as well. I struggle with that because I tend to put my fingers on lock bars right-handed because I'm left-handed, and then I bind it up. But if you're off the lock bar, which I'm not, as you can tell, then you can thumb flick it. If you're right-handed, trust me, you'll be fine with it. Lefty, I can thumb flick it. Now, if you can't tell, I rarely do this. I just like to show people that you can do it. If this is something you enjoy, I think you'll be fine with it. Lefty reverse flick. And this is the moment of truth, right? Because as a lefty, I can love a knife and I can respect a knife and I can tell you how good a knife is. But if it doesn't reverse flick for me, it's not a knife that I'm going to fawn over, right? So if I drop this and I pick it up and flick it, what happens? It fires out gangbusters. So it works excellently left-handed. And I'll tell you what, that's sort of a trend with Berg knives. He has found a way. Something that is very rare in knives these days is, well, in general, is for it to work left-handed and be a frame lock. I mean, this is bolster lock, but it's essentially a frame lock. I mean, look how long that is. You know, yeah, if I put my finger all the way up here, I bind it up. But if I come down at all, it's super comfortable. And that's pretty much a natural grip for me, is to come right above the clip like this and kind of rest right here. And it just works extremely well. And this is an even better example because it's a bigger knife. You have a little bit more latitude there. And even just being down here, resting sort of on top of the clip, not like, how do I explain it? I'm not resting across the clip, right? Like this. That works great too. But I can kind of come off the clip and be on top of it and it'll work. But I guess not on camera. When I'm standing up and flicking it, I have no problems with it. I pick it up, my hand lands, and I fire it. I guess I am on top of the clip. So the clip is just long enough for me to reach that area and fire it. So it's super comfortable for me. Now, your mileage may vary. If you have huge hands or small hands, you may like it more or less as a lefty. As a righty, it's easy. You know, you can mindlessly flick this. The fuller's excellently done. It gives you good leverage, and it also looks super sexy. The design overall is very nice. I dig it. I dig it. You have this sort of drop point, clip point style blade. It is very usable as well. I've used it quite a bit. You can get to utility cuts pretty easy. I mean, it's not like the perfect utility blade. It's not obviously a warning or anything, but it works. It's not a raised up tip or anything like that. You have plenty of blade. It's a 3.5-inch blade, so it's a larger knife. For example, here is a Divo Stout V2, which is a 3.3-inch, 7.5 overall inch, 7.5 overall inch. Sorry, 7.5-inch knife. And you can see it's got a little bit on that. And that would honestly be probably my only gripe with this knife. You know, other than being able to get a full lefty version or something, I think a mini would be great. And guess what? They kind of have one already, don't they? I think they have, what is it called? The pup? No, the, I actually had one before I got my Sweeney. And let's just look it up. I think it's this one right here. The Mutt. I think so. Yep. Iron Mutt, or the Mutt. So you can see it's a very similar design, right? That is the same design, isn't it? It's a little different. The flipper tab's a little different. The lock side's a little different. Obviously, the inlay. So it is a different design, but I don't know if he could go mini on this without it looking a lot like that knife. But I would like a mini made by Riot. That one was made by We. So anyway, point being is if it was like a 3-inch version, I think it'd be perfect for me personally, where 3.5 is like just at the limit of how big I will carry it. Like I'll actually carry the knife for more than just review. But that's a personal preference thing. So for those of you who enjoy this size knife in general, I think you're going to love it. The hollow ground belt satin is extremely well done. I don't know if I mentioned, but it is S90V steel. So excellent steel. And you're going to get a decent heat treat from Riot. Almost guaranteed. They do a good job overall. Here's the Berg Blades logo. And it's going to be easy to disassemble. I mean, you just remove this pivot screw and these two guys right here, and it will come apart. You can adjust the clip from inside once you get it apart. And yeah, should be easy peasy. And again, we might do a video like that in the future. We'll see. But that's it, guys. I mean, it's just another fantastic offering from Berg Blades. I've been very impressed with Matt and his designs. They do speak to me personally, so that's obviously going to be, everybody's going to be different. But they speak to me, and his execution is always good, or the OEM's execution, however you want to look at that, him dialing in the details, and then he's just a good dude. I've talked to him quite a bit. We've talked on the phone, and he's just a good guy. So I always enjoy supporting people like that in the community. So there you go. If you want to pick one up, they're dropping on Friday, the 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And again, you can pick these up at bergblades.com. You can pick them up at River's Edge Cutlery. You can pick them up at Traditional Pocket Knives. I'll definitely be putting that link down below because I have an affiliate link. And then I believe the other one was EDC Lifestyle. I'm not familiar with that dealer, but I will probably check it out now. So let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions for Matt, you could put them down below. He may watch this and check the comments, or you could hit him up on Instagram. His Instagram is at Berg Blades, BergBlades, at Berg Blades. Yeah, phenomenal knife. Great job, Matt. Once again, can't wait to see what else you come out with in the future. But I think this one's going to be a hot ticket. Just a really cool design. I love the inlays on it. I bet these marbled ones go quick. I bet they go first, but we'll see. So that's it. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.